happiness is there for we residents of Swarga, right? Because we are perpetually embroiled in rivalry due to our excessive envy and pride, and because we sometimes murder Brahmanas and commit other crimes. We are always fear of falling down from our positions. And furthermore, see how Sri Upendra Bhagwan always treats me with special disdain. He took both the Sudharma assembly and the Paryada tree from here in Swarga and established on the earth planet. He seized the cowards' men, traditional worship of me, and burned the ground, Khandava forest, which was so dear to me. When I petitioned him to kill Bradasura, who was terrifying the three worlds, he became indifferent and instead allotted that task to me. Treating me with the contempt, he left my city of Amaravati and made a new home for himself above all the worlds. He only comes here and accepts my puja because my parents worshipped him a lot, and due to the insistence of Brahspati, and then he immediately returned to his own residence. One such time, when he came here in great haste and accepted my offering of Arghya, I said to him, "O Lord, it would be your immense mercy upon if you stay back here permanently." But he merely cheated me by saying this instruction, giving me this instruction: "When I am not here, you may worship Sri Brahma or Sri Shiva, because they are both not different from me." And the Lord did stay there back. Have you forgotten this statement from the scriptures? The one Supreme Lord has expanded into all three forms, the Vishnu, Rudra and the Brahma. So his place of residence is also not fixed. The Lord's residence is not fixed, and therefore, what to speak of me? Even the Munis cannot find him. Sometimes he resides in Vaikunta, sometimes in Dhruvaloka, and sometimes in the ocean of milk. At present he is in Dwarka, but it is not certain that he is always there either. Sometimes he is in the Pandavas' palace, sometimes he is in the city of Mathura, and sometimes going from forest to forest in Gokula. Therefore I cannot receive his darshan, what to speak of his mercy. O Narada, best of Brahmana's sons, your father Brahmaji is the real object of Bhagwan's mercy, being the direct son of Lakshmi Kanta Narayan himself. So Indra is saying, why are you actually worshipping me? Why are you glorifying me? Go glorify Brahma. Within his day, which lasts for 1000 Chaturyugas, live 14 Manus and Indras like myself. His night is on the same duration, 300. Okay. His night is of the same duration, 360 such days and nights comprises 1 year, and 100 years complete his lifespan. Brahma creates the 14 worlds along with their respective rulers whom he places in command. He protects them, bestows the results of their actions, and upon the arrival of his light destroys them all. The 1000-headed Mahapurusha, the Garbhodaya Shri Vishnu, perpetually resides in Brahma's planets, eating a great magnitude of sacrificial offerings and bestowing transcendental bliss upon every time. In this way, I have given thousands of reasons why Brahmaji is the real object of Sri Krishna's mercy. What to speak merely being his object of mercy, he is really Sri Krishna himself. I like that a lot. Yeah. Oh Prabhu, this fact is celebrated in the worlds of Shrutis and Smritis, and besides you know his glories and the glories of his planet better than I. Hearing Indra's words, Bhagwan Narada said, "Sadhu, sadhu," meaning, well done, and quickly travelled to Brahmalok. From a distance, Narada heard the sounds of many exalted sages continually performing sacrifices with great devotion. Going nearer, he saw this blissful Supreme Personality in his Mahapurusha form, with his hair splendidly matted. Accompanied by Lakshmi Devi, the 1000-headed Lords of Sacrifice was bestowing divine bliss upon the sages by happily accepting their sacrificial offerings. To please Sri Brahma, he was accepting Brahma's offerings in his thousands of hands, and was eating them with his thousands of mouths. After giving the performers of sacrifice their cherished benedictions, Yagna Purusha Bhagwan retired to his bedroom, and as Sri Lakshmi massaged his feet, he performed the pastime of falling asleep. Then Brahma knowing the order of Bhagwan, engaged the sages who were really his own sons in the sacrifices and to perform tasks related to creation went to his own domicile. In this entire universe, there is no planet superior to yours. Even the Vaikuntha of Shiva Narayana is situated within it. Padmana Bhagwan resides in his Mahapurusha form, eating the sacrificial offerings and bestowing the fruits of their sacrifices upon his worshippers. At the time of your appearance, you searched for him for a very long time, but he did not receive his darshan. Then, by the strength of your austerities, he appeared for a moment within your heart. Parikshit Maharaj said, in this way, Sri Narada, seeing with his own eyes Brahmaji's glories that he had described by Indra, time and again of those glories while offering obeisances. When Brahma heard his own glories being delineated, he became very agitated and covering his 8 ears, repeatedly said, I am only his servant. So Brahma is not accepting the glorification himself. He said that I am only his servant, covering his ears, and not wanting to take the glorification. It's wonderful. They all kept glorifying each other, and Narada Muni is here trying to find out the best, of the lords who is serving Sri Krishna. Have I not from your childhood repeatedly taught you? Brahmaji is telling this. Have I not from your early childhood repeatedly taught you with numerous evidences and logic that I am not Sri Krishna? In the form of a maid servant, his potency named Mahamaya stands before him awaiting his order. It is this potency who through her 3 modes creates, maintains and destroys the universe. Only for this purpose do I worship Sri Bhagwan and cause others to worship him. You said that he personally resides on my planet, but where is he? You can't see him. He only accepts the sacrificial offerings here to establish the Vedic revelation and to make the sacrifice successful, not to bestow on me. So when after Bhagwan assumed the form of Narasimha and killed him due to fear, myself and the demigods stood at a distance offering various eloquent prayers. But he refused to recognize us with even a momentary sidelong glance. Instead, he was only pleased with the prayers of Prahlad. And later, when Prahlad was performing the coronation ceremony with great fear, I slowly approached Narasimhadev and he angrily said to me, Brahma, don't give any boons like to these demons ever. Nevertheless, I have since given many boons to demons such as Ravana and whose tongue has the power to describe the bedlam he created. Indra offered Sri Krishna by showering rains on the Govardhan sacrifice and by fighting with him when he stole the Parijata tree. Varuna Deva committed aparadha by kidnapping Nanda Maharaj and by stealing the cows from the forest. Yamraj had the sons of Sandipi Muni killed and Kuvera is responsible for his fallover. Also in the lower planets of the demons and the angry serpents who are the relatives of Kaliranada have become enemies of the Vaishnava. Still I considered myself to be fully gratified because I had the immense good fortune to enter Braja and receive darshan of a smiling face. I do not see anyone in this universe who is such an object of Sri Vishnu Bhagwan's mercy as Mahadev, now they glorify Shiva, who is famous as his friend. Always intoxicated by the rasa of Sri Krishna's lotus feet, Shiva has rejected the 4 objects of human pursuit as well as the enjoyments that accompany the opulence of being supremely powerful. Eating the poisonous seeds of the thorn apple and intoxicating leaves, decorated with a garland of skulls and his naked body smeared with ashes, it is as if he is mocking materialists like myself who are addicted to sensual pleasures. By Sri Krishna's mercy, not only is he capable of bestowing the most cherished liberation even to demigods like myself, but his wife Parvati also has that power. My opinion is that seeing Shiva to be different from Sri Krishna is a great offense. Bhagwan forgives offenses committed to him, but he never forgives offenses committed against Shiva. When Shiva was placed in great danger by Tripuresvara, Brakashura and other demons who were maddened by boons that Shiva himself had given them, Shri Krishna protected him and overjoyed him with words that were as sweet as nectar. By personally arranging for Shiva to drink the gruesome poison that was produced from churning the nectar ocean and having Prajapatis worship him, it was as if Shri Krishna showered him with immense glory by adorning him for all the time with the name Nilekanta. Finally, Parikshit Maharaj is saying, "O mother, offering obeisances to his spiritual master, Sri Brahma, Narada decides to go to Kailash mountain, and seeing this, Brahma said, once Kuvera worshipped Rudra so well that he became obliged to reside within the universe at Kuvera's abode on mountains Kailash. In the same way, Bhagavan Sri Krishna himself being overpowered by his devotees' bhakti, became obliged to reside on his planet, on Swargaloka and on many other planets, and enjoys suitable pastimes in these places. There, Shiva worships Sri Shankar Bhagavan, who is actually Sri Shankarasa Bhagavan, who is actually not different from him as his chosen deity. Shankar Bhagavan, who is actually not different from him as his chosen deity. Is that not wonderfully astonishing? And then finally, Parikshit Maharaj says, "O mother, receiving these instructions and chanting the names of Shiva and Krishna, Narada eagerly proceeds to Shiva." So that is where the story was, not story in the story format, this was mentioned. And Parikshit Maharaj is trying to give this instruction to his mother that he got. Sukdev Goswami. Thank you very much. So the next chapter will be covered by Manan and Matai. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.